Everyone loves the original Ninjago spinners from 2011 to 2012, and the new ones really can't live up to them.
Like, for example, the spinner sets came with cards. Right, fellas, here we go. We've got the ultimate machine of man.
The game aspect isn't quite the same as 2012, which also had the card element and all the booster packs to add stuff onto this.
They are still not the 2011-2012 spinners. I still think those are the strongest to this day.
But no one's really doing anything about it. So I took it upon myself today to make everything that's needed for people to access the 2011 spinners today. The first step is cards. In the Ninjago Spinners game, each battling minifigure needs a character card to provide its stats for gameplay with battle cards. But minifigures released after 2012 don't have character cards made for them because LEGO simply stopped the spinner system. So if people are going to use Ninjago spinners with modern figures, they're going to need cards. The first thing I'm going to do for this project is go to Canva and create a new template for spinning cards that match the original. This template took me a very long time to do. Please subscribe. On our character cards, you might notice that there are 7 categories for Spinjitzu power points instead of the usual 4 on the original cards. With the original cards, Spinjitzu power was determined by 4 energy powers corresponding to fire, lightning, earth, and ice. However, after Season 4 Tournament of Elements, Ninjago introduced many more elements which would no longer be neatly categorized into the system anymore. Fortunately, with Ninjago Dragons Rising, a new classification system has been introduced, the 7 Source Dragons. Currently, only 5 are known to be motion, energy, strength, flow, and life. The other 2 are only ambiguously known to be related to balance and stillness, but that has yet to be revealed. But for now, most elements can be classified into this new 7 source system, which is why most of the cards I'm going to be releasing will have Spinjitzu power determined by the 7 sources. Now that we have our template, we can start making actual cards. The first cards I want to make are for Season 4 Tournament of Elements. I think LEGO actually released these images, featuring the same art style as the original cards but with the new suits. So I'm going to use these pictures for these cards and update their stats. And now with the new classification system, we can make cards for other elemental powers. Using the artwork available, I made this Skylore card, and you can see it looks really similar to the original style of the original spinners. As for the stats, I'll just explain what's going on. So for flow here, flow is one of the sources that we know of, and because Amber involves the transfer of elemental power, so I gave a lot of flow for Skylore. We also have a lot of motion because the element is just, I guess it's sort of like that. It's about the movement of stuff. Next, I want to do some of the more recent characters. These Rising Dragon sets, Rising Dragon Strike for example, have some really interesting box art, and it looks like the style really matches the original one. So I want to make cards for these 2. So I've gone ahead and made cards for Nia and Kai first of all. As you can see with them, I've maxed out the motion category here. They have all 5 bars, all 5 of them are full, because as we know from the show, with Rising Dragon, the ninja become one with the motion of the universe. So that's why the motion is maxed out here. Actually, fire and water, they're actually strangely motion elements themselves. So to give them some extra power, we need to think about other categories. So for Nia, I've given her some extra power in the flow section, because water is about movement and flowing things, and then Kai gets some strength because there's not really much else to put the fire element with except strength. And also for the beginning of this project, I've also made 2 other cards for other Dragons Rising characters. So we have Source Lloyd using the official cards that LEGO released using that art. I think I might replace it because it looks a bit weird. And then for Ras, I've used his box art from the latest spinner sets. For Ras, we can see that his strength stats are really, really high, and he has 0 life stats. People suspect that Ras could be an elemental master of strength, but that will be for another day. And as for Lloyd gets really high stats in the life category because we know that is the category the source his element is associated with. And finally, we have Season 1 Aaron, and because he's really weak, so Aaron only gets 1 bar for each of the sources. Okay, now for people who actually don't own any of the original spinners, they need a way to spin their characters. So I started working on these prototypes of brick-built spinners. This first one uses a circular dish piece and jumper plates in the middle to stand up the characters. If you don't have the circular piece, you can also use these 2 triangular pieces. On their own, they spin really well, just like the originals. However, they really don't work well with minifigures. That's because the figures aren't deep down enough and they just fall off when I spin them. So in the next video update, I'm going to be showing you my designs for brick-built spinners. I'm going to need some time. And these spinners will actually hold characters, and they're going to be made with common parts you probably have in your own. And that's the start of this brand new project, Spinners 2K25. I've posted all the cards on the new website here, and link in the description. In the future, the goal is to create cards for every single Ninjago minifigure that should be on a spinner, which I'll slowly release, and to make brand new sets for training and battle arenas. Comment down below what you'd like to see next, and go check out the website because there's a lot of stuff on there. Do you see the vision? I hope you're excited too. Subscribe so you don't miss the next update on this project, and see you in the next video.